what is the process of video creation, the 4-step process. But before we get there, I wanted to give you a little bit of information from Brendan Burchard, who gives us a few tips. He says that in order to stay consistent in creating anything on social media, you have to start with the type of content that is most natural for you. So if you're not a video maker, start with creating something that you are natural with, whether it's an audio and the text, and then you will get to the video part, right? He also says find out what works best and repost that content in other formats. So if you started with posting any content in any format, right, or in any medium, you have to find out the ways how you can measure, how you can get some feedback from your audience in order to focus only on that bit and repurpose, multiply, and diversify that content into other mediums. And the last bit of information from Brendan is no matter how small you start something that matters. Right? That will keep you going, even if it's not going to be easy later on. Maybe you're going to get bored, maybe you're going to have some obstacles on the way. But if the things that you're doing matters to you and matters to the people that you're trying to reach, you will stay consistent in it and you will go through it. So now, what's the process? What do you actually do in order to start creating your video content, right? I call it create your content without tech. So what the tech stands for, the T stands for the team. And at the beginning, especially at the beginning, you really don't need anybody else. You really need only you. That's it. You're the team. You can do every single thing by yourself. A lot of people started it by themselves and they can do it. Now that when it comes to experience, some of you might think, I don't feel comfortable in front of the camera, right? Or some of you might think, I'm not really comfortable with speaking. I can't remember the text. I need a teleprompter or something. Some other people will say, well, I don't know the technical stuff. You don't really need to know all these things when you start. All you need to do is know how to press play on your phone and start talking to your phone. If you can't talk to your phone, read the text, right? From holding it in your hand. That's it. That's all you need to start. Now, when it comes to costs, I've heard a lot of people saying that they need to buy special equipment, like cameras, the lights, the microphones, and all these other things. And the truth is, you don't need any of this at the beginning. All you need are 3 things, or actually even 2. Your phone is the key. This is your broadcast station in today's world, right? Most of the new phones, no matter the brand, will have good enough camera to record your videos, right? Second thing will be any sort of a phone holder, so you don't have to hold your phone in your hand all the time. I put here an example of a holder over here. So this is called Octopus. This is very cheap stuff that you can buy in convenience, like big convenience stores today. But it cost me like around $5, I think. But to be honest, you don't even need to buy anything like it. All you have to do is take a water bottle, right? And you can tape your phone on the water bottle, right? With a piece of tape, the transparent tape, right? And you can put that on the shelf, put that on a stone, put that on a table, and it will hold your phone. It will work just fine. You can start like that. And then once you have $5 to invest, you can invest in the Octopus holder, right? Then the final bit is the applications that will allow you to edit your videos, right? This is something you really need, and it will make your life super, super simple, because all you have to do is record any sort of video, right, that have interesting content, and then with that application, you can pretty much make it shine on social media. So what I was using is KineMaster, but from other mentors, I gathered that a lot of people also using InShot or iMovie, right? So these are 2 other options that you can choose from. I'm sure there is multiple other applications that will do exactly the same thing that these apps are doing. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which app you're going to choose. It only matters that you know how to do these basic things when it comes to editing, how to trim your video from the front and from the back, how to cut the video in smaller pieces of video, how to boost the colors of your video, how to boost the brightness of your video, how to add some captions, how to add some nice pictures or another video inside your video, how to add a thumbnail in the front, how to add an end screen, and all these things. All these applications, no matter which one you choose, will definitely allow you to do that, and you will just have to figure it out where to swipe and what to click to make it super simple, right? And make it work for you. And then finally, the last bit is the hustle, right? The H stays for the hustle. Obviously, it takes a little bit of time to figure out the process, right? How to shoot your video, how to prepare the script, how to, well, so you know what to say, right? How do you edit your video, how you make it shine, right? And how you store it and how you share it, right? And I know that it might be a little bit overwhelming at the beginning, especially when you're starting to create for the first time. I've been there and I went through this whole process, but to be honest, you have two options. You can either just go through the process by yourself a few times and learn what you need to learn, invest your time in it, or you can invest some money into a coach who already did that, who went through the process, learned the process, and the person will just tell you exactly, okay, first thing you do this, second you do this, and then you do this, right? So you have like a ready information waiting for you, and you don't have to waste your time to figure it out by yourself. So this next slide, guys, I wanted to give you the overview, what you need in order to start creating your videos, the foundation for video content creator, right? So first, obviously, you choose what type of videos you will be doing, one of the 5 formats that Judge Shadi gave us. Second, you need to choose what will be your primary social media platform. Doesn't mean it's going to be the only one. You will multiply your content to other platforms, but in order to create videos that will have traction on one social media platform, you have to choose one, because Evan told us already that there are different social media platforms likes different videos, right? So choose one at the beginning and scale later. And then finally, measure and multiply your content, right? So once you will figure out what people like, which part of your content people like, you will multiply that and do more of what they want and less of what they didn't want, right? And that is pretty much the foundation. Now, when it comes to the video creation itself, I mentioned that there are 4 steps. Okay, so step number 1, to make it super simple, make it really, really easy to create any video, you have to go through this process, these 4 steps. Okay, step number 1, prepare your script. Okay, and whether you're going to use, there's millions of scripts out there. All right, so don't get overwhelmed, because you don't need to know all of them. You only need to know one that will work for your format of videos, for your type of social media, right? And for your type of communication, for your topic. So you will choose only one, right? You can learn what's available, but take one and master the one. That's it. That's going to be your script. You got that covered. Then you're going to have to start shooting. When it comes to shooting, I already mentioned you're only going to be using your phone and nothing else, right? So obviously I said there are some ways to make it easier if you have a holder, right? Whether it is a tripod or an octopus or a water bottle, have that ready, because it will make your life a little bit easier, and your hand is not going to get tired, right? So I also can advise that you should try like different angles to see how the video looks better. But if you're not going to be on the video, right? If you choose to do the video presentation or a podcast, then you don't really have to worry about that, right? You will figure out the best place in your house or the best place in your office, and you will be doing it same way every single time, right? Now the third step is going to be the shine. Now here you have a little bit of work to do, because you have to figure out how to do these basic things. There's, I would say, around 5 basic editing tools that you will be using, right, to make your videos shine on social media. And you can either go and Google it, all the informations are there. Or like I said, you can have a coach that will show you how to do it one time, and then you will just keep on repeating that until the moment you have enough money to hire a team that will do it for you, and you will not have to do it if it's not something that you enjoy doing, right? Now, the last bit is crucial step. This most important step. A lot of content creators, they think that the first 3 steps is everything that you need to do when you have your ready content, but this couldn't be more wrong. The step number 4 is worth 50% of your success over here. And why? Because even the most important, most amazing video that you'll create will do nothing, right? Will matter to no one if people won't see it, right? So that step of sharing, storing and sharing your video in a way so they're easily accessible to your audience is very, very important, right? And you have to make sure that you have a system how you do it in order to, first of all, secure your content, right? Make sure that it's not going to disappear all of a sudden, even if something happens, right? That is not controlled by you. But the second, that is easy to access to any single person from anywhere, right? Whether it's a phone or a computer or other iPads and tablets, you need to make sure that it's easy to access, right? And then reshare, repurpose, recycle. So that's the whole process of content creation. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of our session that we will answer the big question. Wow, who is the queen? Who is the queen of content, of the kingdom, right? Because we know that the video is the king, right? The video is the king, and that's because 80% of people on social media like to consume content through videos and no other mediums. So if that's the case, that means that the title is the queen. The headline, the title is the queen, the thumbnail, if you may, right? So I wanted to show you this information is also from Prince EA. So he shared this insider tip and said that you can post the same video, the same content with a different title, and one will have a lot of traction and the other one will have no views, right? Because the first impression counts the most, right? If we give people something that will attract their attention, then they will start consuming your video. And if they like the video, they will stay until the end. If they don't like, that's okay. That means it's not your audience, right? But the first thing is attract the audience that might actually like your content, right? So the trick, right? The key is in the title. And you can see 2 examples of the titles that I took from our big mentors over here, Gary Vaynerchuk and Prince EA. You can model the professionals, right? If you still don't know how to create these titles, same thing, go out there, look and look for clues, because success leaves clues. There are people out there who already doing it on a big scale, and there are patterns that you will find out as soon as you're going to start researching it, right? So you can do it by yourself. Or if you don't want to waste your time, you can get a coach that will basically give you the formula for the title as well. Just like I gave you a formula for creating your videos, you also have a smaller formula within that formula how to create your headline and title, right?